User disconnected from your channel.
Me 2 seconds before you pull.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. I need 2 seconds too.
Ready whenever you guys are.
Alright, I'm good to go.
So we're gonna pick our corners for the burn phase. That's gonna be my corner since I have to drag him in middle, and I found that I usually take this one here, but I gotta take him to the middle, then go back to my corner. So this time I'd like to have
Just run right through. That makes sense.
So pick your corners.
Sure.
We gotta have someone here, someone there.
Take over here because I'm melee.
Yeah, sure. Fait que Swift, sit. Oh, I think we lost Swift.
Oh, I'm there. Sorry. Where?
Ton corner, sit.
C'est bon.
So, if we ever get bad fire on us on burn phase, see if timers are fucked or whatever, we're gonna spawn our fires in our corners, and then we're gonna all stack in middle where there should be no fire.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, and the mage, I think one of the mages that spawn, the dark mage, we can use Evil Hunter on her, Aiden, so if you want to have that on your bar.
It's not.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all gonna be single target, so I usually have a hard time filling 2 bars with only single targets. So when I don't know what you got on the bar, but I usually find stuff.
It's the fact it's the loadout that I have that procs can score it. So
yeah, no problem. So
pretty much, yeah. If it's more than one guy, I'll pull it out. You know, a blazing. I don't know. I could just pull out blazing spear, but it's not really worth it.
Yeah, no. How many times have you guys done this fight?
Several.
Yeah, no, I've done it a few times.
So, we sometimes forget about Purify at about, I don't know, it's like 15%. We've beaten it without purifying, but if you see the Purify synergy come up, just use it.
Roger that.
Spam synergies.
Well, I try to remember it now. I see the debuff. I'm doing it the last few times.
Ouais, en tout cas, les dernières fois quand je le faisais avec mon staff, j'aidais sur le heal parce que j'avais rien d'autre à faire à la fin. Je vais faire des Ignis Shield, mais sinon j'aurais pas d'Event Spring à la fin.
Ah, c'est correct, man. Je mets un petit peu refaire puis c'est fini.
Non, mais je parle pour
J'ai-
la burn, là. Il y a des burns que j'ai 2 sur les lignes, mais là, je joue plus. Fait que la star, ma stat, c'est 1-1. Just finish up this smoke real quick. How much time you have left, Peg?
Oh, probably 25 minutes. I can push it back to then. But really, I probably should go then. So, I think we got this, no problem.
Yeah, sure.
Because this is not so much a I need to know what I'm doing fight, which I do, but it's more of on you, so I'm okay with that.
So when I say split, stop DPS, particularly for crushing shock, I find that sometime when you interrupt him, you get aggro, and he's really a tough one for keeping aggro.
Okay. I mean, I won't have to. You just taunt him and take him over there. We won't touch him at all.
Yeah, but when I say split, I'm gonna say split a couple times. So when I say split, stop DPS.
Sure.
My Poochie Pooch is in our picture now.
Aww.
And run to the wall when I say split too. Because sometimes he's gonna cross a river, do a bunch of
User
stuff,
joined your
and
channel.
get stuck there, and you gotta be really far so you don't get fired. So it's a start. Let me just check what user joined the channel.
C'est moi.
Food buff.
Non, salut. Ok. Là, on est dans une grosse phase super.
Ok.
Food buffs.
Yeah, food buffs. Weapon charges.
Call them
Kinda
up in
good.
charges.
And it's a pull. DPS bots.
My banner.
My solar.
You want to stop at 80?
85. I'm gonna start stepping 3 seconds. Stop DPS. Split. DPS mage. Marco. Restez dans le fond.
Roll out. Good job, good job, good roll.
What? Liners? Buffs. Let's do the other one later. Okay, split. Atronach, liners, no liners, Atronach, then buffs.
Hi, Banner.
My solar.
Make me fight. You haven't even begun to see what I'm capable of.
So we're gonna take Dark Mage, I'm gonna take Yanni, and I'm gonna have him pull his solar, then I'm gonna go.
Je suis parti, man. Tu vas être correct.
Non, j'attends son solar. Solar. C'est bon.
Bon, comme.
Je m'en viens. Liners. Liners at Atronach, then you're gonna get pulled. Oh, he's pulling. Take Yanni.
Whoops.
No worries, brother. This is why I like to keep shards in the bar.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Alpha knock?
He's at 30.
Yes,
Yeah,
Alpha knock.
He's gonna do a solar. Okay, bring it up. Got DPS too much.
I'm gonna drop a solar.
Okay.
Okay.
That's mine.
My banners.
You will not defeat me. No one has ever defeated me.
6K, 6K.
Beat me. How could this happen?
3K. 2-3, 2-2. Boom!
Oh my god. We were too close. You got it by held the fire together.
No worries. You got me my
That's
new
a
best
nice
time. That's
job.
nice. Yeah, no,
Oh,
that,
that's our
First
shot
time.
there.
that was a great
Yes.
job on that boss fight, though. Regardless,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that
dude,
was
we
the
just
easiest
one-shot him.
boss fight.
We definitely just one-shot him. Good
That's the
job.
first time I one shot, yeah.
Yeah, first time for here too. Good job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great job, guys.
Yeah, that's the first time I do it without a resto staff too. And that's way easier.
Nice. Great job, guys. No, I really appreciate the run. That was fun.
Access to my vault. Make use of these items.
But you know, we
well,
are just
warriors.
basically amazing. So
Go
makes
out
sense.
and
Share it.
spread the word of Boethia.
Master weapon. Couple kowtows.
Good luck, sir.
Necklace of the healer.
Good
Oh,
luck,
I got a
everybody.
ring.
Again.
I got a healer ring.
I'm afraid to
Do the
look.
kowtow.
Like I didn't have enough.
Oh, what up? Not one master weapon, huh?
No one.
I'm just waiting for you to get all the rings and necklace out of it.
Go, go, go. Good luck.
The master
The dagger.
Oh,
Nah.
not bad.
Link it. It's the healing. It's the bleeding spell.
Bleeding.
and
Yeah.
weapon damage. Yeah.
I want those.
I wonder if you have two
Oh
of
my
them.
God.
Does the bleeding stack like the
I
24
don't know.
additional damage? I bet it does.
I'm pretty sure it does. And you see the ink? Oh no. Okay, it's only 6%.
Sharpen, not bad.
Yeah.
Could be worse. That's actually really
it's-
good.
Yeah, that's the one you want.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. I'm very impressed with us at the end. You guys were doing a great job with the tank and the heals there. You obviously know your stuff. I appreciate it.
Seriously.
Yeah, we've done it quite a few times. With every roll.
Oh my god, yeah, no, so I'm usually on the DPS, I'm not much of a healer or tank, even though I'm leveling a tank, but, it's just so painful when the healer and the tank, it's like their first time in or something, because you just end up losing all your lives on that round.
Yeah.
Yeah, last round used to be our most difficult, but once you get the rotation in and the timing right, you do it with always the same timing, like
Yes.
I pull out at 85, I come back at
But good job on the DPS too, cause you
Thanks.
brought it to 30% when you came back, and that's we didn't manage to do it once. Because I'm a DPS and I know.
yeah, we usually run with always the same about 6%, I'd say, and I've found that every time we get one new even if he's alone being new, it's there's always a lot of adjustment.
Yes.
So I think we did great for the first time grouping.
No, I mean, shit, we one-shotted the last boss. I'm not gonna complain.
Pretty
Aside from some
much.
painful beginnings.
That pretty much like overshots everything else though. That one shot of the last
Pretty
boss.
much.
It just means that we're just a new group, and we just have to do like just more practice together so we get good group cohesion. So we work well just together. Like I know where you're gonna always go because you always go right. Yeah, stupid shit like that, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I hope we can do that again sometimes. We have a hard time having our guys during the daytime too.
That's the issue because Peg doesn't usually come on during the day.
I usually don't. I have every other Friday off, but unfortunately the next Friday I have off I'm working, so. But if I'm on, I'd be more than happy to, or if there's a giant snow and my internet connection is still up, I'll be on.
Nice.
My Twitch is still not fucking working, man.
I'm sorry, but I do need to head out, guys. But thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I have the whole thing up, but I can't pull up Twitch on 2 different computers right now. I can just like the video is loading and the conversation is loading. I'm gonna have to do some more fixing. Now I got the camera though, and I got some poochie shots. Yeah, doggy porn. Oh yeah, that's right. I love you so much. Yeah, such a good boy.
I'm trying to find your channel, but I can't.
Oh my goodness.
Just / Twitch TV. Here, I'll just link it. There you go. I'm just gonna go play with my doggy now.
Alright, thanks guys. See you around.
Yeah, see you.
See you later, Peg.
Yeah,
User
thanks for the run,
disconnected
guys.
from your
See ya.
channel.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I appreciate that I got to be able to be DPS. I hate doing that as a healer. I think I'm gonna like legitimately just give up healing on this character completely.
Well, you seems to have the gear to be a stam build DPS. You have
Do you want to know how simple this gear setup is? Honest to God, I have a free weapon, so I can use whatever the fuck I want, okay? All I'm wearing is 5-piece Hundings, 2-piece Valken Scoria, 3-piece Yakuta ring. That's it. Simple.
yeah, I got those Yakuta ring. I could do that setup.
What's on your bar?
That's the trick. A lot of it comes into the clipping. You have to be extremely comfortable with the 2-hand clipping. But I played 2-hand from like the get-go, so I only took like a 2-month break to go healing, and then now that it's working again, I went back to stamina. But there's a couple of things. One is that I'm not your ordinary 2-hander. I do have a bow, and because I wear Valken Scoria, I'm more concerned with keeping up my dots than anything else. So I've noticed that all the bow dots stack. So I take lethal arrow, so I got there's a poison from there. I get the poison from acid spray, I get the poison from poison injection, and then I get caltrops. Then I drop blazing spear. Then I drop carve. You feel me? So I've got like 7, 8 going. Oh, and I have a fire enchant on both weapons. So I've got like 7, 8 dots going. And the honest to God 2-hand DPS is just as simple as bow DPS, except there's a little bit different. With bow DPS, you're going in, you're keeping up your dots, and you're pretty much sniping, light attack, snipe, light attack, keep up your dots. You're just doing a light weave in between the snipe. With 2-hand, the heavy attack, before they buffed it, hit so hard that in the amount of time that you can go, because you're buffing it with Wrecking Blow, so if you had a Wrecking Blow light attack, you'd be losing out on so much damage, because the heavy attack does as much damage as Wrecking Blow does, and I'm tooltipping like 900 for my Wrecking Blow. So what I do... Go ahead.
Does Wrecking Blow let you charge your attack while it's...
No. I have to be in range and it just goes right off. So that's the one thing that I don't like about Wrecking Blow. But... As long as like especially if the boss is like stable and not moving, it's so easy. And if he's moving a little bit, it's not too bad either, because two hand has the highest range for the melee weapons. Like I can stand out of most of the PB AOE and still Wrecking Blow heavy attack because my range is more, instead of 5 meters, it's like 8 kind of deal. And then pretty much I just heavy attack clip at like 70%. So like right after you lift the weapon up, sorry, not 70, 60% of the way through the swing. So right after you lift the weapon up, I clip it right there. So I hold down my heavy attack and I just hit Wrecking Blow when it needs to be hit through the rotation. And that alone does like 1300 DPS. In fact, me keeping up my dots drops my DPS. I have a hard choice to make if I want to do more DPS or if I want to do more dots and proc more Valkynscoria. So it depends on the fight, depends on there's more adds, because I can get a lot of AoE damage out of the meteor.
Yeah, you can still put some dots on when you want to DPS with your two hand. But it must take some time to set up your dots, but since it's done, how much do you do?
But once I do that, I mean, damn, dude. I usually do like somewhere between 12 to 1400, 12 to 1300, like in the 1200 zones if I'm fucking around, not paying attention too much to my clips and maybe screwing around, drop in some extra abilities. Because one thing that I do, because I kind of wish it translated better, but one thing that I get as a loss of DPS is like a benefit to having it, but it's a loss of DPS for using it. But I use Aura. I use Restoring Aura. So when I use that, everybody gets 80% stamina.
Yeah, Radiant Aura.
Yeah, in the group, and it's just for me to keep that up with like 100% uptime is huge for group synergy. I mean, you can block, you can dodge. I mean, forget about the tank who has his own way of keeping it up. I'm talking about like the DPS and the healer who are normally having a much lower stamina. So they can go and do all that stuff. So, it pays to use that ability, but it does drop my DPS. It's almost just as similar as using Spell Sim every like 4 casts. But the difference is that Spell Sim will buff your next attack via,
I know,
right?
I'm
not.
I noticed because those little mini boss, when I tank them, the melee one, I always end up with no stam, and I forgot to put a healing spell on my second bar, and I could swap, and with no problem I had stam all the time to block and all. You even dropping me
the shards
when I was low.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love Radiant Aura on my Templar. I Templar tank this and Radiant Aura. I find to have more stamina problems with my DK than I do with my.
I have 100%. There's no questions asked. I have a lot less stamina problems than anybody else, any other class. Nobody can keep up fucking stamina like a Templar can. Plus, we actually have a half decent passive for DPS, like a 4% damage increase. That's not bad. From the
have you
Age
heard
of
about
Scaling.
the change they're gonna take out blinding flashes?
Did you read? Yeah. Did you read the forum post though? I'm gonna be twitching. I'm gonna be streaming for 1.6. So I'm gonna do a lot of two-hand testing. I'm gonna check out that new. My first reaction to them taking away blinding flashes was one of anger. Be like, how the fuck could you take this ability away from me? Why don't you? Because the way that they have it built, I would have them do it more to Dark Flare, and then give Dark Flare a build that's somewhat similar to Crystal Frags, but that it can only proc off itself, and then make Dark Flare the finisher, right? But instead, they took out ability that I find extremely useful as a DPSer, right? Because I can use that as an amazing support ability when I'm in groups, and they to give me a finisher instead. But then I listened to why they said they got rid of it. They said they got rid of it because it was way too overpowered, and I can appreciate that.
But they say it was overpowered. It was so overpowered that he had to make all the bosses immune to it. But the way I used it, I used it mostly as a healer and as a tank to like group support. So on big trash pools, I would use that ability to make everyone miss, and my window would just fill up with miss. And anyway, I love that skill.
Oh
but
yeah.
It's supposed to be an execute. What they're gonna give
Yeah,
us.
so I'm excited to see the execute. That's true. I'm gonna miss blinding flashes because it was. I mean, when I was leveling up, like DarkAedin, you know, month 1 of the game, and I got to vet levels, I just picked up all the different weapons and just started leveling up all the weapon types one by one. And the last weapon that I leveled up was dual wield. Now I'm a 2-hand guy. Like I've been playing a 2-hand heavy armor frontline paladin since I was like 8 years old. I'm 31. Since like Dungeons and Dragons. Like forget about MMOs. I'm talking about like way even before pencil and paper shit. So I always play this role. This is like every class, like every game I go into that has something that I can do with this, I do. So I had it coupled with 2-hand and dual wield, which was kind of fun. But then I was like, dual wield has that like PB AoE ability that gives everybody a mischance against you, blinding sparks or whatever the fuck it's called. And you can synergize that with flashes and give everyone around you a 90% chance to miss you. Like that's way too big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Way too. That's a 90% chance. Fuck.
But I feel like this execute is gonna make Templar like the ultimate tri-spec class.
User left your
We're
channel.
gonna rock so much. Man.
Oh,
'Cause,
100%.
my main is the Templar.
That's right, Lilith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, cause the thing is, cause we
User
had a
left your
I don't
channel.
know if you remember this guy, but Watch As You Die. He was a guy I used to play back when I was in like Lion Guard. We're like the first few months in the game. He was a pretty good DPS, but he was a mage player. We were sitting there, we were having conversations, and we knew as Templars, both him as a Magicka DPS and me as a stamina-based DPS Templar, we were just going to be screwed until champion system and spellcrafting comes out. Because there's a bottom line that happens. All the passives that we need from all the other classes that have the good DPS passives, we're now going to get with champion system. Spellcrafting, everyone's going to like copy all the good abilities, but the most importantly is everyone's going to have a copy of Breath of Life. But what we know from what we were informed of at least is that if you were to copy some type of spell, like all the spell crafting that you can make isn't going to be as powerful as the actual class abilities. So for instance, you could be like a Nightblade with DK and Templar abilities, but they wouldn't be as strong. Like your Nightblade abilities would be as strong, but your Templar and your DK abilities would be much, much weaker. So in the end of the day, we're still going to be the class with that single target burst heal, which I have a lot of problems with. I really don't like Breath of Life. I really don't like Breath of Life. It has the worst smart targeting system ever. I don't know. I've literally been there. What was it? We did a vet COA run, and I hit it 4 or 5 times in a row, and it was like the 5th time it actually hit the person I was trying to hit, because it heals you off of what is it like it works off of your actual number, not off your percentage. So like you run into issues here. Like I'm your DPS, I boosted my health up for this run, but I'm normally running like 25, 45, 2600 health, right? Now a tank normally has what, 3.2k health minimum?
Yeah.
So let's say for argument's sake the tank takes a 20% damage hit, and then he's about to take a one-shot from the boss. This is a very
User left your channel.
normal, everyday, every dungeon scenario. You know, you go take a little bit of damage, you got to top him off before, you know, the one-shot mechanic goes off. So you're spamming Breath of Life to top him off. But in the meantime, I've got 2600 health. So even though I'm at full health, my health is lower than the tanks, so I'm going to be taking all the heals from Breath of Life. In fact, that was why in the beginning of the game everyone decided to take Breath of Life, because at least you'd have the off chance of hitting the person that you want to actually heal with the 240% heals coming off of it. So like even when I cast Breath of Life, I don't cast it once, I cast it twice just to be safe. immediately. I don't even think twice about it, and I try not to even use it. I do a lot of grand healing, well, springs and combat prayer. I use combat prayer. I overuse combat prayer, actually.
Yeah, that's the overpowered healing skill.
Yeah, yeah. But breath,
Instant healing, armor, spell resist,
oh, it's
weapon
beautiful.
damage.
It's beautiful.
What more could they give it?
Overall damage too. It's fucking fabulous. Love that ability.
So next run I'm gonna be thinking about looting all those chests before the master chest. I got nothing from this run. I got the hood of the healer, and then master weapon in the last chest.
Just like flat out not loot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I'll have a dozen healer's neck in the guild store.
I feel that. I'm gonna stop